Hello, Beans, and welcome to The Bean, BNN, also known as Bean News Network. I'm Charles Chickpea, your host, and we are absolutely thrilled with your benevolent generosity for joining us today. We have a lot to share, so stay tuned. This week, parkour awareness, the dancing craze that'll make you boogie, Florida man, and a journey into all that nature has to offer. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast with Taylor Cannellini. Over to you, Taylor.
Thanks, Chickpea. All right, folks, let's take a look at the forecast for the city of Hmong. Unfortunately, temperatures haven't cooled off very much, and I'm afraid there's no cooling down in sight. What's more, there's something in the air, and no, it's not just carbon monoxide. The people of Hmong seem to have been taken over by a boogie straight down to the core. At this time, those down with the sickness are people with asthma, as far as experts know. I went into the field to see if I could get some insight into this epidemic. Let's bust a move. Ma'am, how are you coping with it?
I'm good. I'm just trying to make it to class.
Are we on a university? What is up, my guy?
What's up, my dudes?
Dude. It's wild.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Thanks, Taylor. Seems we had a little interference with PBS, but never mind that. Beans, I want you to all be on the lookout for a shadowy figure, a man of mystery and trickery. Florida Man is his alias. Florida Man, a native to Florida, has resurfaced here in Bake County in the wake of several petty crimes he committed, as well as some strange incidences and occurrences. Man sought to put his roots down right here in the city of Hmong. Florida Man dabbles in several odd jobs, including separating Q-tips and tasting the United Kingdom's famous Marmite spread as a quality control specialist. In other words, if you spend time at the local cafe, your Marmite be lucky enough to have a run-in with Florida Man. Who's writing this? Stop. Guys, stop with that. Can you stop doing the puns and stuff? Several sources have reported sightings ranging from an Amish farmer to a Korean with dreads. So be on the lookout for a white male with long blonde hair. Speaking of which, I am also still a wanted man in Islam. Or at least that's what it says here. Isn't that lucky? Speaking of lucky, Analima Bean got the inside scoop of a special feature of a young woman, Kidney Bean. Kidney Bean is a parkour enthusiast and took this opportunity to give us her background, as well as raise some awareness for a hobby near and dear to her heart. Analima Bean on the scene. Analima? What are you doing? Go to the package. Go to...
Hello, Beans. I'm coming to you from an undisclosed location to bring you the story of an exceptional young woman, Kidney Bean. Today, I would like to introduce you to parkour. What is parkour, you ask? Let's ask Kidney.
Katie.
So, Katie, Kidney Bean, can you tell us what parkour is?
I don't know how to tell you, but I can show you.
Actions speak louder than words.
In true parkour fashion, Kidney Bean gave us a brief intro by showing us the standard bike kickflip, minus the flip. She encourages viewers to pick up after themselves if they use their surroundings to parkour.
Miss Kidney Bean, can you please tell me a little bit about your history with parkour?
So I think that when I started parkour was probably when I was about 3 months old. There's a video of my sister throwing me against the wall, and so she explained it to me. She's like, "This is parkour," and I was like, "Oh my god!" as soon as I remember, I was like 3 years old, she showed me. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I want to do this. And so ever since then, I started like kicking walls and like bouncing off of walls, and she would throw me against more walls. And that's how I started doing parkour.
Katie, is that your name? Kidney, what do you feel are some of the benefits of parkouring?
Everything. There's like, you get to kick walls, you get to do flips.
Do you feel like there's health benefits?
I mean, it keeps me active. Look at this. Every girl's dream.
So, on the flip side, do you feel like there are dangers?
No.
Can you tell us what happened with this injury?
He pushed me off a fair ride.
Cut that. Now for the real story about injuries due to parkour.
I did a flip off a building, and I landed on my shoulder.
This is Kidney Bean's preferred way of warming up. She calls it range of motion. While it seems as though it might be at random, there is a method to Kidney Bean's madness. Each parkour course is thought out by Kidney Bean. Her style of parkour is so popular that it has even landed on the big screen, Paul Blart Mall Cop and Tracers to name a few.
Random questions. Hello, yes. First of all, I just want to say how thankful I am to have this opportunity to boost awareness about parkour. It is really underappreciated, and I think it is really imperative that I get the word out there. Is that good?
We're going to do some DIY parkour.
Do it yourself. You always do it yourself.
I was encouraged by Kidney Bean to have a go at parkour myself. She had me try the kickflip maneuver. To round it out, we did a cool-down jog.
It seems as though the benefits far outweigh the cons for Kitty Kidney Bean when it comes to parkour. Until next time, I'm Anna Bean, BNN.
I need lettuce. Are you getting this, Garrett? Yeah. Make sure they're not white eggs. Not white eggs. Brown eggs. Clothes. Not a hard concept for most of us to gather and understand, but recently, Generation Z has taken to wearing it all backwards. Those are the Zoomers, if you guys heard of them, the Zoomers. What's with this? What's with this? Pants on the upper body, sweatshirts on the lower body. So far, 17 injuries have been reported in Bake County alone. Parents of Gen Z children, BNN would like to urge you to please keep an eye out for this bizarre behavior. If you are concerned for your child's safety, please do not hesitate to reach out. Contact 1-800-HELP-GEN-Z or GENS, or visit www.whyareyoudoingthatweirdclothesthing.edu. On to something a bit more lighthearted. Nellie Jelly is on the scene to show us the best scenic nature that Hmong has to offer. Take it away, Jelly.
Thank you for the intro, Charles. As he said before, this is Nature with Nellie, where I am Nellie, and this is nature. I'm sure you have all heard climate change has been talked about quite frequently, as it is all the rage. I am here to help you enjoy nature, such as I do while we still can. Come along. As the great Alice Walker once said, in nature nothing is perfect. Trees can be twisted, bent, and contorted in weird ways, and that's what makes them perfect. trees. Trees are known as the lungs of the earth. Why are they known as the lungs of the earth? Well, because they produce oxygen. And not only that, they also filter the contaminants in the air. Isn't that nifty? Well, do you have anything to say, Mr. Tree? No, well, I guess I will just leave you alone. Alright. But seriously, thank you for your service. I greatly appreciate it. What is green and covers the ground? You guessed it, grass. If you notice the color of grass, it is green. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, nature always wears the colors of the spirit. And you know what? I'm feeling pretty green. You might be thinking, what does grass do? And why do I care? I'll tell you why. Much like trees, grass takes in carbon dioxide and gives off oxygen. You know, something that's super nifty is that grass, it traps over 12 billion tons of dirt. You know, that's gonna contaminate our air and oxygen supply. So I guess we can all say, thank you, grass, for all that you do. The great Ken Petty once said, the flower blooms in its own time. I believe that this is true for all of us. You know, sometimes I think that I'm still waiting on my time. I hope it's soon. So, in order to understand what a flower is, it is important that we know that a flower is the reproductive structure found in all plants. Flowers are so much more than centerpieces for bouquets or things that you might put in a vase at the dinner table. The main purpose of a flower is reproduction. Flowers also attract insects and birds. Insects and birds that are found in the garden. Wow, flowers really are more than just a pretty face. Thank you all for joining me on this walk in nature. As the great John Muir once said, in nature, you always get a little bit more than what you seek. Back to you, Charles. That's pretty nifty.
Thank you, Anna Lima, for that. And thank you, Nelly. Joker, movie Jokers, Clown. There's a lot of names here. But a clown movie came out just a week ago from today, and it stars Will Smith. He is a clown who has mental issues. It's a very relatable film and a very artistic piece. It speaks a lot to society because we do live in a society. But Joker is probably one of the better films of this year, if not the only film this year. I actually don't think we have had any films play this year. But you can definitely go see Joker. It's in theaters. Well, it's already, yes, it already is in theaters. And yeah, it's a good movie. I'd recommend it. It's like 3 wet mouths and 2 kisses out of 6. It's quite a tongue twister and joyride. Other than that, I'd like to thank you for watching The Bean today. We won't be broadcasting next week. There's no news next week, believe it or not. But next time you can catch us is October 28th, and that will be 4 p.m. on a Monday. I'd like to thank you for tuning in with us. I'm Charles Chickpea. Have a great night. I love you, and goodbye.